Okay, so before starting this project, I really thought I would be more of a type of person that would be a combination between both student-centered learning and the traditional learning. But the more that I've gotten into the project, and looking at what I actually do in my classroom, I really think that I would move more towards just the direct student-centered learning or full student-centered learning. Um, just as a quick little recap here, with the research that I did. So students in learning actively engages students with the learning materials, encourages students to think, problem solve, evaluate evidence, analyze arguments, and generate hypotheses. Ask students to reflect on what they are learning, give students some control over their learning process, and encourages collaboration. All those, I believe, are very important aspects when you are teaching. I currently teach in a engineering academy. It's at Olathe Northwest High School, Olathe, Kansas. And in the academy, I feel we do a good combination right now of student-based learning and teacher-driven learning. But again, the more that I look into this, I really feel, and the more videos I've watched, the more things I've read, I really feel that the moving more towards the full student-centered learning is a good way to go. With some of the research I've done, it seems that student-based learning, in some people's mind, there's just use of problem solving in class and doing a problem solving activity, or just the use of technology. But the more that I'm looking into it, the more I read about it, the more I actually am realizing that's really not just it at all. It's more so just the whole concept of how they're learning it and the inquiry that you're asking the kids, the questions you're asking kids, and how you're making them think and work together as a group to really kind of question themselves and come up with some of those answers on their own. It's really making me think a lot about what I actually do as a teacher and the actual exercise and activities they do. I'm a CAD instructor, so with that, the students do a lot of drawing. I do a good amount of me teaching the students, demonstrating to the students, but then actually letting them then complete things on their own. Um, I'm really thinking in my head about how I can modify and change things up a little bit, and which I think I am going to start to do, and really have them collaborate and work together on the project, and maybe not give them all of that information, but let them kind of get that information from each other in the classroom and really work together, and then really do have them report on that and share what they've learned. I definitely don't do enough of that in my classroom, and I really feel like that'd be a very good way to actually start to make them really remember what they've learned and know how to apply what they've learned. So I'm really looking into that a lot. And again, with all this research and reading and the videos I've watched on this, it's really making me kind of change the way that I'm thinking and what I'm thinking that I will do in my classroom. Another part that I think is important in the student-based learning or student-centered learning is the idea of collaborative teaching with your peers, other instructors. And that is one thing that I feel that we as a department in the Engineering Academy that we really do a good job of. For the academy, we have the freshman teachers. We have two of them. We have a biology teacher and a technology teacher. The sophomore year, we have myself as the CAD instructor and a chemistry instructor. Then the junior year, we have a engineering design and robotics instructor and a physics instructor. And we really try to work together and collaborate on group projects that we do together in the program in each one of those grade levels to really tie that information together with students, along with doing a lot of project-based learning. And again, I understand that the student-centered learning is not just about the project-based learning, but with that, I really feel the projects that we do complete and that we do really teach the students how to work well together. And they do need to reflect, and they do have to reflect on what they've been doing in the classroom. Again, I think we can do things better than what we've done, and I'm really going to take this information I've been learning through this whole exercise back to my department and really try to make us really think about what we are going to do in the future and how we really can make that learning more student centered. I think it's going to be great to try to get the students to give more input to what they are learning and really help them actually retain more of that information. So, kind of as a wrap up, I just really do think I don't know if it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I do think it is a very good way to move, and I still think I will definitely do some of the teacher driven learning, but I really think I'm going to be moving a lot more towards the student centered learning, and I really do think it is going to make my students enjoy what they're doing better or more, and really start to learn more and be able to retain more of that information and be able to use it in just better ways. Instead of expecting me to be able to give them all the answers, they'll work their way through that and find their own answers. And again, I really think in our whole department, we really do a lot of that. But I think continuing to do more and more is just going to be great. So thank you for listening to my little TED Talk. And if you don't notice here in the background, I do have some of my former students there. And that's one of the things we do, and that is them actually doing what we do in our program, in which I do consider a lot of the student-centered learning. All right, thank you very much.